Hi friends, I'm Dr. Justine Chewy. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this pineapple string art craft. So these crafts are really simple to do. We're going to start by making a double knot on any nail. So I started with the top of my pineapple and I'm using my green string and I did a double knot and I'm just going up and down, up and down. So I started with my two nails that are on the top of my flesh of my pineapple, and I'm gonna wind those up towards the top of the pineapple where the greenery is. So currently my string is a little tangled up, so I'm just untangling that and winding around up and down, up and down, up and down, filling that in, going back and forth. So I'm going from the one side up and then the other side up, and then I'll go across just to fill some in a little bit more there. And then after I fill that in across from both sides along the top, I'll do it across the bottom just a little bit to fill it in a little bit more. You could see as I go through and do this that occasionally I'm going back and pushing the strings down. What I'm doing there is just giving myself a little bit more room actually in order to be able to make the knots and wind around. So I'm just pushing the string to the bottom part of the nails. And then when I get to the end of a section, I'm just tying it off with a double knot. And so that's how you end each section, just a double knot. And then once you double knot it, you can trim off your excess string and get it out of your way. So I did my green first. You can do your yellow first if you want. It really does not matter. So I am going to unwind my yellow string a little bit and get that ready to roll for the second section. It was pretty tangled up for me, actually. It was a little frustrating to deal with, so I apologize for that. But as soon as that yellow is ready to go, same thing I did before. Double knot that on any nail. And for the pineapple, a lot of these string art projects, you can do it anyway and be sort of haphazardly. Whereas this pineapple tends to look better if you do it more in a systematic way where you're going over in patterns to make the little triangles so it looks more like the flesh of an actual pineapple. And so all I'm doing is making triangle shapes. So I'm being mindful about the knots I'm crossing over and just wrapping around. So there's a lot of different ways you can do it and break it up. But I went sort of in rows on mine. And then I went a little bit haphazardly towards the end just to fill in with some excess string I had. But again, I'm just wrapping that around, and my string's tangled again. The yellow is infamously tangled up all the time. But anyway, I am going to continue to do those triangles, just wrapping around and filling that whole pineapple flesh in. Once I get to the end of my yellow section, like I did with the green section, I will double knot it off. As I go through, you're going to see me pushing down the strings again, and that's just to make more room on the nails, to give myself some more space to wind the string around. But all you do for this project is make a double knot on any nail of your choice and then weave and wind your string or thread around each nail to make the shape you want to make or the design you want to make. And you weave around, inside, outside, around, however you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You don't have to do it in any particular order, whatever works for you. You'll see me bouncing around. I miss some parts, I go back to them, eventually they all get filled in. So in the end, that's all that matters. But again, push those strings down, it will definitely make it easier for you. If you feel like you keep unwinding, that happens to me sometimes, you can make knots as you go to give yourself a little more security as you go through. That's up to you. Whatever makes you most comfortable. You have plenty of yellow to get the job done. I had some left over when I was done. My fingers were hurting by the end because I've done a couple of these in a row today. And so at the end, I was just like, all right, I'm done. They're all doubled up. It's a nice thick color of yellow on the bottom. And then just trim off those excess strings. Push all those strings down. Sometimes people want to be extra fancy and they'll put a drop of glue over their knots to make it extra secure and last a little bit longer. So you can do that as well. You'll see right now I'm just going in and going back over some sections so that the color is brighter and thicker. But it starts to, you have a lot on there, so you got to push those strings down, which is what I'm doing. And then again, you're just double knotting that off on the end, making sure it's a real good secure knot. I ended on the same knot I started with, so I tied those strings together to make them more secure, trim them off, and that's it. Your pineapple's done.